Could you use a quick tip daily? How about a tip that can impact your day? My name is Rafael. Join me as I bring you tips by experts around the world. These experts have shared their knowledge and wisdom with me and will directly share them with you. Make sure to subscribe, like, follow, and comment, and I would love for you to become part of the New Tip Daily community. Good morning, Marcus. Thank you so much for being here on New Tip Daily, my friend. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Rafael. How are you, sir?
Exceptional. Getting better every day. I know you are too.
Always, always.
Yes, sir. So you have some incredible mindset tips for us on mindset wins, right?
Yes,
Rising
correct.
from adversity to authentic success. And I love what you do and how you do it, and you bring Christ into it. And man, that touches me as well, because without him, where would we be, right?
hmm Oh no, my God. I mean, I tell everybody without faith, Christ, without God, with what you want to I like to call the faith higher power. Without that, Raphael, there's no way I've made it through some of the darkest days of my life and been able to get back to where I'm at today as a healthy, wholesome individual.
Yeah, absolutely. So what are some of the tips that you're going to share with us on mindset?
What I'm going to really talk about, Raphael, is your ability to find your purpose, right? And I tell people purpose slash alignment over results. Because in your mind, if you can get your mind to connect with your heart and your purpose, you'll push through anything. If all you are is about the results, if all you are is about getting quote unquote the mission or the end game, right? As far as that's concerned, you're never going to make it to where you need to be. Or worse yet, Raphael, you'll be like me. You'll have some success, you'll make some money, but eventually you will burn out. Eventually it will all come crashing down.
Well, we don't want that to happen. And when you say like you, because you know what adversity is about. um, you have shared your story on so many different levels, and you've touched people's lives, and you even helped them understand that their journey is not over, that it takes the mindset to overcome so many different obstacles that we're faced with on a daily basis. What is your strongest mindset technique that you use for yourself?
The strongest mindset technique I use for myself, Raphael, is visualization. I have
Mm.
a great ability to see something through the hard times. And one of my favorite people, Darren Hardy, has the top 10 guidelines to create the life you want for yourself. And number one is don't just think it, ink it. So visualization is absolutely everything. If it's just in your mind and you don't write it out, write it down, it's just a thought or a wish. So when we write it down, we become accountable to ourselves. And Raphael, when I went through my divorce and I moved to my apartment in November of 2022, I was down, I was feeling lost, I was depressed. This was 2.5 years ago. It
Mm.
took everything just to get out of bed every
Oof.
morning. Every morning was a battle to get out of bed. I smelled of alcohol, reeked. I was just living a very unhealthy life. And then in January of 23, I visualized a better life for myself, a home, didn't know where, but I visualized a home, a better environment, and better input, better associations. And then at that time, I just worked hard. And in May of that year, I changed my environment by buying my dream home in May of 2023. So I'm here to tell you visualization, it
Mm.
truly does work.
Wow. So you were truly down, right? It took, what did it take for you to realize that you did not want to continue with the lifestyle that you had at that point?
What I realized, Raphael, is that I was tarnishing my father's legacy, and I was setting a horrible example for both of my daughters. I have a 21-year-old that is a junior at NYU on a full scholarship studying nursing. And I have a 10,
Congratulations.
thank you, sir. And I have a 10 and a half year old daughter. And the life I was living was basically showing them, right, through the actions I was doing, it's okay to give up. It's
Mm.
okay to throw the towel in. It's okay to not persevere, not be determined. And then honestly, Rafi, I have determination on my right elbow line and I have perseverance on my left elbow line.
Wow.
And look down at those in January of 23, I said, I've got to change for my daughters. I've got to change to have my father's legacy be one he would be proud of. And at that moment, I started the real hard work of rising from the ashes.
Wow, I love that. Determination, but purpose, really, if you think about it, that's the whole gamut, if you will. The purpose of your life, it's not just about you, it's about those around you, right?
Oh, yes, yes. I mean, and then Raphael goes back to associations, right?
Mhm.
So in the last, like, I'll say 6 to 12 months, I've really changed who I'm hanging around. My great friend Mick Hunt, who is a phenomenal individual, got me into the insurance space with a lot of opportunity. A lot of the people that are in there, my friend Chris Paradiso, to Ryan Hanley, to Dave Carruthers, I could go down the list. These guys, Darren Vermose, Mike Stromso, these individuals who I associate with now. And
Mhm.
as a result of that, the input of things I'm listening to, music-wise, is more positive to, inspirational audiobooks or books or documentaries. I'm changing what I listen to, what I feed my brain. And then my environment, I'm no longer going out to bars or things of that nature. I've learned to change my environment to be more in my home or travel more or go to an art museum or, go do something fun with my daughter or be more active, And so these things started to really reshape my life. So again, Raphael, you are 100% right. Who you hang around, 95% of your success or your failure is who you hang around.
Yeah, I love what one of the things that you said is going to museums, because a lot of people, they'll pass by the museum, never walk in it, and they don't understand the concept or the idea of greatness until they see something of some of the greats that we've had in art. And a lot of times it'll let us see the possibilities that we can have in ourselves. Because if we go back and look at their stories, maybe they didn't, they weren't famous when they were actually painting, they were famous afterwards. And when you talk about the music, I love that aspect because those are words. It could be the sounds, but the words that the music play are going to impact even your thoughts and your behaviors and your actions. So I love that you brought that up also. Marcus, you were not um, always down, right? You played professional football. Talk to us about the mindset of engaging in a sport that really something with passion, but then all of a sudden there's some I'm going to not really want to get into it, but politics, if you will, right? Money and fame and all these different things that can also drive the way your life is going. Talk to us about that, if you don't mind, based on mindset.
Well, in professional sports, especially football, I can't speak on basketball, baseball, because I never played that professionally. Professional football, I can tell you, if you don't have the mindset to be able to get rid of, negativity, bad plays you make, and go into the next play, you won't last long. Because in the NFL, you are going to get beat. You are going to lose battles. It is just the way that it is. You're not going to win every battle. My brother is regarded as the best offensive lineman in NFL's history, and he lost battles. So the mindset has to be one, right, Raphael, of being able to go on to the next play and shift that perspective. And just on a whim, just get up, go to the next play, and don't forget about what you did wrong, or don't look at what you did wrong, or don't think about it. Like, you just gotta have that ability to have the mindset to forget negativity, and don't forget, and don't hold on to past great plays either, because if you do that, you're sitting what we call your past glory, and that's not going to be good for you either. So in football, it's about the play. It's the moment. You have to learn how to capture the moment and don't focus on anything else. Nothing from behind, good or bad, nothing in front of you that you're going to think about. The play is what you have to think about. So football taught me to have the mindset to focus on the task at hand. Now, in business, you have to think ahead about where you want to go, yes. But if you don't execute things daily, then it doesn't matter what you plan for a year or 3 or 5. If you're not executing on that day, and then the next day, and then the next day, your vision will never, ever come to life. Never, ever.
I love that. So one of the things that I definitely see, that not only did you refresh your health, but it also refreshed your mindset, because you stop with the alcohol. You don't go to bars. So that's right there. Your health has gotten better, right?
Yes, yes, much better.
Your mind has gotten clearer as well. Marcus, when you did that, I like to call it like spring cleaning isn't just for your home. I mean, you did it for you, right? It's not, a lot of people think spring cleaning and they think, oh yeah, but no, we have to look at us, right? We have to look at the insides of what's happening in our bodies, what's happening in our minds, and truly start to understand that our actions can either break us or make us.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Again, what you do is going to determine what you become, right? At the end of the day, it's like Bruce Lee said it best: so shall you think, so shall you become. And this is what I try to tell out young people. You only see the athletes, the games, the glory, this to that. You don't see what goes on behind closed doors. And that's where you have to put the work in, right? It's Rafael, you got to put the work in to get the results out. People say, Marcus, how did you become this phenomenal speaker, this, that, and the other? Work? No. How did you do it? Been working for 12 years? No. Like, what's your secret? Work, relationships, building, getting out in front of people. That's what it takes. Nobody's going to do business with you the first time they meet you like that. That's just not the way it's designed to be. They want to get to know you, trust you, like you, know you're a good person, and know they can count on you. Because anybody can do things when times are good. When times get tough or hard, do you have the attributes, the discipline, the dedication, the grit, the perseverance to actually show up and make an impact in my life when times get hard? We call that duty. It's doing what you know is right when you know it's going to be tough.
Yeah. One of the things that you talked about is trust, right? And as a public speaker, when you speak, people have to trust that it's what you're bringing is forth and it's authentic, right? The other thing that you can talk to us about public speaking, because you've done it so much. A lot of people are afraid of public speaking, but yet they don't realize that they do public speaking every day. When they talk to their children, they talk to their spouse, they talk to their neighbors. That's public speaking. It's just that maybe on a stage, you're talking to a bunch of people instead of just one, right? So what was it like for you that first time that you did get on a stage?
It was horrible. It was awful. Oh, I was sweating constantly, stammering, stuttering, holding on to the podium like it was a force field to keep people away from me. I actually have a picture, Rafael, of my first ever talk. A picture. What's up, Enrique? Love Enrique.
Oh yeah, he's great.
We've been friends for 5 to no longer, like 8 to 10 years through LinkedIn. Great guy. But I remember, Rafael, what you're talking about, how people are afraid, right? And what I learned as I was trying to go through the struggles of speaking is when I started to talk to just one person, when I found in the room at one person I could see locked in on what I was saying, I would just imagine I'm talking to them. And it got better and it got better and it got better. But I'm going to tell you this, if you want to be a great speaker, like Rafael, like myself, like, all the greats or anybody that does it for a career, let me tell you this, okay? Learn how to master the art of storytelling. Storytelling is going to always get you through any situation. Anytime I speak or they ask me to speak longer than we've contracted or agreed, I'm like, no problem, because I know how to tap into stories now. People want to feel a hero's journey. Why do you think Rocky Balboa, that started out in the 1970s, they're talking about a Creed 4 at this moment, making where Creed's Creed's daughter is going to be the boxer. That's kind of what I've been hearing through the grapevine, right? I also saw another one, or even like a Rocky 7, where Rocky against Drago coming. I mean, you just hear all kinds of stuff. Why? Because our society loves a hero's journey all day, every day. So if you want to be a great speaker, learn how to master the art of storytelling.
Yeah. I agree with you 1,000%, probably 10,000% on that, because without stories, all we're going to just do is give facts, and people sometimes they miss the facts. They don't. But if you embed the facts in the story, boom, they remember it. The other thing that I love what you talked about is the hero's journey, but sometimes when we're talking to an audience or even a person, we need to think of them, right? Because otherwise, we might as well just talk to ourselves, because nobody really cares, right? So when we care about them, it makes a difference, and then they can engage with us. Would you agree?
Rafael, 2 key words to make that happen. Either tell that person I'm empathetic towards you, which means I feel for you and what you've gone through, because I've been through that similar. I've walked in your shoes. Or tell that person I'm compassionate towards you. I understand you. I hear where you're coming from, but I have not walked in your shoes. I tell leaders, if you can learn to master those 2 words and do it through your actions, you will have great people that want to follow you. Being empathetic and or compassionate are superpowers of the best leaders, the best speakers, the best individuals. Because what happens is, like Rafael said, people at that moment know you care about them over yourself.
When you wake up in the morning, what does Marcus do?
So if it's Monday or Tuesday, Marcus gets up, works out from home, takes his daughter to her mom for school, gets his day started. If it's Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, Marcus is up by 5. He gets up, he makes his bed, he vacuums his room, he vacuums the carpet in his walk-in closet, he vacuums the nice little stretch between my laundry room and my stair, carry my vacuum cleaner downstairs, go to the gym, work out, come back home, run my errands, come back home, get into my work day. That's exactly what I did today. I was up today at 5, got a couple things done, made my bed, vacuumed, brought my stuff down, went to the gym, had my workout, my boxing training, stopped by the cleaners, ran a couple errands, back home, boom, I'm on this awesome podcast, and I have client calls to the day until I'm done at 5:30. That's who I am. Every single day, I'm going to work out. I'm going to do something to get my mental health in the right place and get myself rolling, because without my mental health, I'm no good to anybody.
That's right. What you just described is a winner, right? A winner, a champion, somebody who knows what their morning is like, because there's so many people who stumble out of bed, they hit the snooze alarm like 50 times, and then they're late. I did a whole speech on just the alarm clock, right? I don't have one, but for me, it's similar to you, but every day, um, when I wake up, I start in prayer, and then I run to the gym or I shower. I'm gonna work out every single day because 7 days a week, I'm alive 7 days a week. I might as well, take care of what God has given me, right? And I love the fact that you knew exactly what you're doing on certain days. Don't get me wrong, things can always come up, right? But your morning routine is probably will set you up for the rest of your day because your mind is clear, right?
Oh, without doing those things, I feel edgy. I feel low energy. It's very interesting. You say, Marcus, how can you work out so early in the morning? Because once I'm there, once I'm into it, once I'm kicking butt doing it, and then I'm done, I'm a little bit tired, yes, but or a lot tired, especially after boxing today. But once I regain my composure and get myself settled down, I have way more energy now than if I was just to get up out of bed, come downstairs, get something to eat, and just then sit at the table. And I have done no workout. And then my mindset knows, okay, Marcus has accomplished. I'm big on checking things off my calendar. When I do things, right, Rafael? Poof, and when I see at the end of the day an empty calendar, I'm like, yep, I have done everything that was scheduled to do, and I've made no excuses. I've made no omissions, or I didn't get this done. And when I look at that calendar, it's empty. I said, today's been a good day.
Love it. Love it. Marcus, I got to tell you, I am so thrilled that you took the time to be here with us today because what you're talking about is basic mindset guides, but so many people lack them. Why would you think or say, or your thoughts, I'm saying, that people miss all this stuff that you're talking about? That's so critical.
Because it's difficult, right? Just like people want to label Kobe Bryant or Mozart or Beethoven or Tiger Woods or Michael Jordan prodigies. Do they have some natural talent? Yes, of course they do. But prodigies aren't born from talent or size or just the ability to maybe play an instrument or sing. Prodigies are born out of people that put the work in beyond what everybody else is willing to do. Okay? Great people who are prodigies have put in at least 10,000 hours of deliberate, dedicated time to their craft to become the best. Period. Right? People said about Beethoven. Oh, he's a prodigy. He's a prodigy. Beethoven said, I used to practice 60 to 70 different musical combinations for one melody. People say I'm a prodigy. I am not a prodigy. I am just extremely disciplined. And by the way, Beethoven was deaf.
It's crazy that he was deaf, right?
Yeah. So if you want to be Beethoven, Tiger Woods, whatever, in your field, in your industry, in your area, are you going to put the work in? Kobe Bryant was this amazing prodigy. Da, da, da. Kobe Bryant was the most dedicated, disciplined basketball player that may have ever walked the earth and may ever walk the earth. I've never heard or seen such an individual who was just so dedicated and disciplined to his craft than Kobe Bryant. That's what made him great. That's what made him a prodigy. So just ask yourself this question. If you want to be great, if you want to be a prodigy, are you willing to sacrifice and put the work in to accomplish that goal? Only you can answer that, nobody else.
I love the concept of prodigy or gifted because a lot of young athletes who are gifted, they rely on that. And then the ones that put in the work supersede them. So I love that. But imagine how unstoppable somebody who is gifted or a prodigy, if they did the work, they'd be unstoppable, like Kobe Bryant, right?
Or Beethoven or Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
Exactly, because it takes that combination of talent plus all those hours of discipline, focus, work to your craft to become that prodigy. It's not just talent. It's not just you doing a bunch of work. It has to be both. No matter how much work I put in singing, I'm not going to be a singer. But I found my craft of speaking. I can put the work in. I've been doing this for 12 years. First 2.5 years, Rafael, not one paid job, not one.
Wow.
Now here we are. That's what I'm talking about. Find your talent, your purpose, your drive, and then put the work in. That will take you to the next level.
Don't quit. That's what I'm hearing.
Never quit.
Never quit. It's very interesting. People call me a master, and I'm like, no, that's not me. I'm still a beginner. I'm still a white belt. Because if I thought I reached a level, then I would never do the work behind it. So I'm still that white belt. I'm still grinding every single day. That's why I first thing I do is work out. If I'm not going to the gym, then I'm dropping and doing push-ups, taking a shower, and doing what I have to do. But otherwise, like yourself, I was at the gym before 5 o'clock this morning. Did my workout, went home, showered. I'm on a fast right now, so I haven't eaten. And by the time I break my fast, it'll be about 20, 22 hours I'm fasting. Because I understand, like you understand, that without our health, without our mental capacity, we're no good for anyone else.
Nope, absolutely not.
Yeah. Before we go, what's a piece of advice that you would want somebody to get from today's podcast?
In times of extreme darkness, focus on the light, Aristotle. Learn that you are the light. You are the magic factor. You are the it factor, but you have to turn the switch on. Be the lighthouse, not the tugboat. Be that individual that people can follow and can help them get guided in to the harbor to safety. You have to do that by being authentic, being vulnerable, being real. That's what it takes. That's what it's all about.
Mm. I like the lighthouse analogy.
Be the lighthouse. I say be the lighthouse at Alexandria, which is one of the original 7 ancient wonders of the world.
Mm, mm. Marcus, I'm excited that you're going to come on my other podcasts as well, because you have such a wealth of knowledge and uh, and advice and guidance for so many people. You also talk about God, and you're not afraid to talk about God. And one of the things that I saw I looked at your YouTube, and you were talking about that. If it's powerful in you, then you need to let people know about it, even if they're going to frown upon it. Why is that important?
Because if you don't let people know who you truly are, you're not being authentic, you're not being real, you're going through life fake and or phony. And that's not what you want to do when your life comes to an end. You don't ever want to say, I regret not doing this. I should have done that. Don't do that. The graveyard is the biggest thief of dreams and hopes, because so many people go there with them and the graveyard takes them because they have not let them out. Don't let that be you. Be an individual when you go to your grave that you have nothing left, and the graveyard can steal nothing from you because it's already been gone for so many years before you even got there.
Oof. Great message, my friend. Great message. I got to tell you, I am so thrilled that you took the time to be here with us today. What I'd love to do right now is your website is going across the bottom. Tell us how somebody can reach you, about your website, how somebody can hire you as a speaker, and so forth.
Yeah, people can go to our website, www.marques, M-A-R-Q-U-E-S, Ogden, O-G-D-E-N.com. We have the Marques Ogden app. It's free on your iPhone or Google in your app store. You can download it there, or shoot me an email, marques@marquesogden.com. Love to connect with you and chat and hear about you and how we can potentially add value to you and or your organization.
Beautiful. I love it. Wow, what a pleasure you are, my friend. Thank you.
Thanks for having me on, my friend.
Yeah, totally. I appreciate you. Just hang on for a second. We're going to say goodbye to everybody. Everybody, do me a favor. Share this episode. What great advice Marcus has shared with us. A great individual. Also, Enrique, You need to come on the show again, my friend. So thank you for being here with us as well. And everybody, have yourself a blessed day, and we will see you